and also the best we can be, both nutritionally,
yes,
mentally,
yes.
and physically.
There's also, I believe, a myriad of topics that we could discuss related to our overall well-being and health, nutritional, psychological, and spiritual even.
And we as friends do find it very interesting how currently in 2017, and we're just in the first week of January, we've seen a lot of newspaper articles, magazine articles, and television and so forth, and the net, talking about this very, very topic. Because as you know, a resolution in the new year, it's always about
Guilt.
and how to become
Unguilty.
guilt-free, so that, and also the best we can be, both nutritionally,
yes,
mentally,
yes.
and physically. So
the media
Right.
is inundated.
right, and I just have been discussing with Ava while I came to the studio today. Ava was snacking on medjool dates, and
Yes.
they are sweet,
Very sweet.
totally vegan, healthy, positive, iron
15,
in it, like
59
how many
different
things,
vitamins in it, and
Yeah.
minerals, and
delicious.
there was you
candy.
showed me, perhaps you could tell them about this recent article about 10 superfoods, they
Yeah.
called them, and
Yeah.
I always called them that too, is super herbs or superfoods or
Rock stars.
rock star
Oh,
foods,
yes.
rock star dietary formulas, shall we say. And so, just as a tip to you, and what we'll do is give you these tips along the way. Those foods can primarily start with the ancient grains.
Very much so. Very much so. And which I'm a recovering omnivore. From previous show, you probably saw me drinking wine, and now I'm a teetotaler. In 2017, we'll see how long that lasts. But
Now, that's very interesting about wine. Because let's start it out with a conversation about wine and alcohol. Because of all the legal drugs that people are addicted to, I'd say alcohol was number one. And so the wine industry is very strong culturally. All right?
and in every country now.
And in every country. Now, Christina, my not so austere.
Watch what you're saying. We have viewers here who will support me.
Yes. Loves wine. And so you permit yourself 2 glasses of wine
A
per
night.
day.
Yeah. And it's, probably my doctor would say, try to cut that down to 1 glass, and not this big a glass, but, like 5 ounces.
What's a glass?
Is
Is this a glass or is this
Yeah.
a glass?
No, it's a 5 ounces. I think that's
Is that what
Yeah.
the standard is?
I think that's the standard. I'm not sure. It could be 4 ounces, but I'll say 5.
Natural.
Everything on the higher
Push
end.
it up.
Yes.
So-
But the wine that helps to metabolize, it's wine is, yes, it's alcohol, and that's not good for you. But if you curtail your habit and you use it to enhance whatever you're eating, like it was originally planned or designed, then the meal is just very, very delicious.
Well, there's no doubt of certain other, shall we say, benefits of drinking alcohol, and that's the euphoria and the
is
release
that
of stress.
Dopamines.
So it's one of those things that almost impossible for people to quit as a habit.
Well, we're not overdoing it. We're talking about moderation. But Ava, do you remember the story you told me? Ava is she was born in Hungary, and she said there were all these elderly women or mature women in the town square in the afternoons, very happy. And what were they doing?
They were drinking. In Hungary, we have a drink called palinka, which is a sort of a plum liqueur.
Ooh.
Served in these very artistic small glasses around a central pitcher.
Oh, interesting.
And so the ladies would gather at lunch, and they would pour themselves 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little tiny things, which was so high in alcohol that they'd get schnockered.
Very happy ladies.
Very happy.
Yeah.
So I know that how culturally embedded these traditions are. And I did some research about the benefits of alcohol and wine. And of course, as you say, they say that a man, to be healthy, should only drink 2 glasses. Maximum. And a woman 1.
Oh, darn.
Yes. We're always at the short end of the stick, aren't we?
Sometimes, yes.
So anyway, there are no. It's really remarkable to me that there are no really conclusive research laboratory evidences yet as to the benefits of alcohol.
Well,
because there's so much propaganda out there,
know.
and the people who are conducting these
are the ones that
are the ones who are promoting it.
Yeah.
So we really don't know. Now it's I don't drink at all, but that I don't necessarily feel that it's what you should do. You should do whatever you want to do, always.
And she doesn't judge me.
I don't judge, but I do feel that one ought to be armed with facts about what you do.
Well, it's a recognized fact that if you drink too much of alcohol, you destroy your liver, your pancreas,
well, yes,
and your gallbladder, because that's the filter of the body, and that's trying to tell you, stop.
But even 2 glasses, particularly I guess for a woman, interferes with your ability to concentrate.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about driving after that.
Yes, but your coordination
and
your memory,
and also if you're like reading a book, your focus.
You can't focus. You can't focus, and none of these things. If you're working hard all day long, and you're looking forward to just melting away all the stress and tension, and you don't necessarily need your focus, need your coordination, need your memory, well then, yes. But
not schnockered.
But see, for me, something that interferes with what is the natural physical functioning of the body seems to me that ultimately is not necessary.
But you're very you are a living testament to your convictions, which is purity in the whole being, and that's why you have influenced me. I have stopped eating red meat.
She has.
I had company last night. My husband went and barbecued steaks, sausages, chicken. I had guacamole salad, because all that stuff, truly, and I'm not just saying this to have a show or anything.
A paleo feast.
Paleo feast. And I was not going to do it because it doesn't make my stomach feel good. Plus, it doesn't make me feel good the next day.
Yeah.
In just the regularity of the body, you bloat.
But moderation. And I was just telling Christina about this incredible gentleman who's 105 years old, named Robert. What is his name? I had it down here somewhere.
The French name you told me.
Yeah,
Marchand?
it's Robert Marchand.
Yes.
105 years old. And he just broke the record. His own record, actually, I believe. Because who else can make any records over 100?
Oh.
Because there
are not too many
it's the over 100 cycling records.
This
You
guy's
have no
a
competition.
Right, the guy's a cyclist.
He's a cyclist from France, and he did 14 miles in an hour. He said he could have done it faster, but he misread a sign of some sort. What's interesting about it is that they did some interviews with him about how is it that you're so strong and healthy, and what's your secret?
Wine.
Well, one of his jobs was, I believe he was a wine dealer, but like 40 years before that, right? Something like that. And he drinks wine, but 1 glass of wine a week.
Oh, that's too bad.
So, but what else is interesting, he says his diet is replete with fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, he's a vegan.
Fresh fruit, but he's not a vegan.
Oh, he's
because
not a vegan.
No, because what's interesting is he ate meat. But at the age of 104, that's last year, he saw a movie about the mistreatment of those animals that we raise for food and the torture of those animals, and he became a vegan. This is like anything can happen. Anytime you can decide that you're not going to eat meat. If a man at 104 can have a change of heart, inspiring. Like that 105-year-old gentleman.
Right.
It's an inspiration. It shows, you see, he's one who has lived a very simple life. And this is the key to me, longevity, is to live very simply. He gets up at the same time. He works out in the morning. He does his stretches. He does his bike ride. Then he goes shopping for all the fruits and vegetables, and then he cooks that up for lunch, and then he does a little bit more exercise, and he reads. He's politically interested, so his intellectual curiosity has to do with politics. But I think that's a very important thing too, is to nourishment for the mind.
Well, my mother-in-law, God bless her, is going to be 100 next week on the 16th of January. And she has done everything in moderation and lived very simply and was a school teacher, 5th grade teacher for most of her working career. And she loved chocolate. That's all I got to say is dark chocolate. And that is one of the superfoods.
Superfoods is thank God, huh? There's something good in there.
Yeah.
It's not all beets.
Oh, no, and sticks and berries. No. No, actually, that's another part of the show. No, actually, that's another part of the show. We will continue to inspire you with tasteful, yummy recipes that we found. And then you can access the actual recipe online. So we don't cook it for you, but we give you a heads up that it's on our website.
Yes, and I would like to also encourage you out there.
Yes.
To send us some recipes if you would like. Something that you find tasty and nutritious, or something maybe in your family, or something you've discovered along the way, and then we'll share it with everyone.
And it has to be vegan, honey.
Please,
because
try.
I was with my husband at a Vietnamese restaurant, and they had everything in a bowl soup. Like they had all sorts of parts of the cow, like tripe, tendons.
Mystery meat.
Yeah, and I'm thinking... And I was watching this, they had in the restaurant, they had a bar with a TV channel on the food channel, and that was Coney Island hot dogs in the background.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, I'm not hungry anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because in a hot dog is a lot of mystery.
Oh, yes, that's a real mystery food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, most of processed foods are pretty mysterious.
Yeah.
If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. And I hope that what we've given you is giving you a little bit of food for thought. And so please join us next time.
Yes, please, join us also in your comments.
Yes. And we'll see you.
Welcome them.
Yes. And we'll see you.